After many requests for a guide on how I achieve my setup, I decided to make a guide and to go through all the steps that I have done and all the products I'm using. But first, let's start with a little tour of my setup and what really is Connected Room. Connected Room is an app which you can use to sync smart lights with sports. You can also create scoreboards and use audio players to trigger goal horns or text to speech. Here you can see that I have two screens on the sides of my TV. I used Vivo arms to mount them. Those are tall, so like they go above the TV. And now I only have two screens, but if I want to add two more screens on the top, I can just add another arm and put a second screen on the pole. So that's why I use the Vivo tall mounts. And on each screens, there's like an Intel Compute stick formatted with Connected Room OS, but I'll take more time to explain later in the video what is going on with those sticks. And for the goal horn, this is a novelty police light connected to a Govee smart plug. So the Govee smart plug, I configured it in Connected Room to turn on for 20 seconds when there's a goal. And the reason I use this one is because that was the only one I found that was powered using AC power, and it's needed to be plugged in a smart plug because the battery ones and the one powered like with USB and things like that, it is harder to power them on with the automation. So if you can find like a goal light or whatever light, like a strobe light, or you can basically connect anything. Like you can see here, I connected my goal light. Lumière de but means goal light in French. But you can plug anything. Like you can plug like a smoke fog generator or smoke machine or a gyroscope or anything. You can basically just you can plug like a Christmas tree there. You can plug anything that just powers, and you can turn it on when there's a goal. As you can see there, like I triggered a goal, and the goal displayed on all of my screens, and the goal light flash, and then the goal light will just stop after 20 seconds, and it will revert to how it was before. I'm using a variety of brands for lights. I'm using Govee lights mostly with Philips Hue, Casa Smart, and Lifix. Below my TV, under my TV, those are Lifix lights. This is a RGB strip. What's cool about them is that they have like multi-zone support, so you can display many colors on one strip with Connected Room. Govee also have these multi-zone. So if you can buy like a Govee RGB strip, they would work too. And I would recommend Govee too because Govee I've seen support, so you can have like fancy effects when there's a goal or when the game starts or when the game ends. So yeah. Now many people are asking me about the scoreboards. How are they working? How I created that. To be honest, it looks harder than it is, but it's fairly easy with Connected Room because you just need to open devices.connectedroom.io, and it will give you a code. And like when you log into your Connected Room account, you enter that code and you can configure a scoreboard, and the scoreboard will be hosted 24/7, and you can use it as long as you have like a subscription or game credits, because you can pay per game too. But technically, all you need is a device with a browser. Earlier, I talked about Intel Compute Stick. I do offer ISOs. Those are images that you can format PCs with. And Intel Compute Stick, what is great about them is that I offer those images that you can format them, and they will be used only for scoreboards. So you can transform a device that has an Intel CPU into a always on scoreboard. And what it's going to do is, because when you're using, let's say, an iPad or a Fire TV or a Fire Stick to display a scoreboard, it will have an ecosystem around it. So there can be notifications, there can be a sleep mode, or there can be even something like a cursor, like a mouse cursor that can display on the or maybe updates that's gonna pop up during a game, and it kind of tame the experience. And with Intel Compute Stick, you can format your PC to only be like a scoreboard. So I highly recommend Intel Compute Stick for scoreboards. But if it's not your thing to like, if you don't have like the skills that it takes to just do some advanced stuff, you can basically open a web browser like a Chrome web browser on a smart TV or a Fire TV or an iPad or an old computer or tablet or whatever. Like if you can open Chrome or Firefox, like you can go to devices.connectedroom.io. It will give you a code, and this is gonna become a scoreboard. But if you're making something like me and you want to make it permanent, I highly recommend Intel Compute Stick and have like a dedicated device for those, because this will just enhance the experience better. And when you enter the code, you get a scoreboard instance, and you can configure it. For now, there's two components that you can try. Those are scoreboards and action views, but there are more to come. There's a lot of people asking to have both theme into one screen, and I am actually developing it right now, and it's going to be released very soon. But you can see like when you're using the app to configure the scoreboards, it changes in real time. And another thing that is cool about having multiple scoreboards is that they all interconnect to each other. So if you have like an action view and you want to watch a replay of a goal, you can open the goal using the action view and click replay, and the replay is going to play on every screens. And also on my setup, the compute stick are very old. When I first started developing Connected Room, it was 2018. So those are 5-year-old computers, and they are very laggy right now. So excuse me for the lag on the sides, but I am planning on upgrading those, because I'm in the process of making more screen types. I'm thinking about like screen types like around the league. Like if you're watching an NHL game, you can see the scores of other games on some screens, like see the standing change, and maybe like a milestone screen, or maybe ice time screen, like stamina and things like that. So there's going to be like a lot to do. Same thing with the NFL. The plan is like, for whatever the sport you're watching, like I want it to be a seamless experience. Like if you're watching an NHL game and then later in the night you're watching an NFL game, like it should reflect that on your screens. It doesn't matter what you're watching. The scoreboards are working for every sports. Also, if you'd like, let me know in the comment if you'd like me to sell some PCs that are pre-formatted with Connected Room. I was thinking about that, and like if I can find a supplier for those sticks and sell them as is, already working, like you plug it and it works. Let me know in the comment like how many of you would be interested in like a pre-formatted or plug and play kind of like scoreboard that you can just log into the app and configure it how you want. Like if there's a demand, I might go ahead and doing those and selling those. So let me know in the comment what you think about that, or if you'd like just more support and wider support for like existing kind of devices. Now for goal horn and text to speech, Connected Room comes with audio players. There are two right now. There's local play, so you can play it on the device or in the app, and there is Google Cast. Google Cast you can use like a Google Home device or a Chromecast. Anything that's like Chromecast ready, you can just play the goal horns there and the text to speech. So how it works is that if you're using the local player, you can just start the player and keep the app open. You can have it on a computer or a tablet or something. And if you want to, let's say, play the goal horn on a Alexa device or a smart speaker, you can use Bluetooth, or you can use Google Cast and cast the audio to a Google Chromecast radio. And as you could see, you can disable the goal horn and the text to speech individually. So if you just want the goal horn, you can. If you just want the text to speech, you can. And if you don't want to use any of these, then just don't use it, because this is the beauty of Connected Room. You can create your own experience. So I'm launching a test. So here is what it sounds like. And now I'm gonna stop casting to Google Home, and I'm gonna use the local player. What you can do is it's like if you're using your phone to use the app. We don't have like a Android app or iOS app right now, so it cannot play the audio when the app is in the background, sadly. But it's gonna be fixed soon. But for now, you can use like a computer or keeping something open with the player active, and use Bluetooth to transfer the audio to like a smart speaker or maybe an Alexa or something. So here's what it sounds like with a local player.
Calgary Flames goal by Elias Lindholm, assisted by Yegor Sharangovich and Nazem Kadri. The score is now 1-0 for Calgary Flames.
So here it is. It's the guide, and I hope you enjoyed it. For people who just reached the end, I don't know how many of you just reached the end. It's a 12 minutes, 12 minutes long guide. It's completely out of my scope, and I'm not a English speaker. So yeah, I'm doing what I can, and hopefully it just clarifies a lot. So and I hope that some of you try to do something with my product, and if you want to share what you've done with it, just hit me up. I'm gonna share it.